Greetings everybody, I am Lobo and welcome to episode 59 of my Minecraft survival series. In this episode, we'll be leaving the sciencey district that we were just working on, Wolfen's laboratory and all that, and heading back into our business district because we have an incomplete project which I would love to see completed today. I really would. So let's go ahead and toss this ender pearl and see what takes us where we need to go. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, so you guys might have guessed it by now. We're heading out back into our storage system to try to complete this thing. This is what, the 5th episode that we've spent on this out, and it's not the most graceful way to start this video, but yeah, let's go ahead and get down there. So first things first, you guys might have caught a sneak peek of this last episode when we did a lot of back and forth between the science district and our storage system here, but I have some water sitting right here because I was thinking it might look kind of cool if we flooded this mine, and I went and looked it up, and that is a thing. If like a mine's dewatering systems aren't properly maintained or they're shut off, you end up getting water in the mine from water that's like naturally groundwater that's sitting in the rock formations underground. So this also gives us a cool way to get around here. Instead of depending on our mine carts and skeleton horses, we can maybe just swim around here, and that could be a bit faster. So the thing I want to see is if we can, like, you know, make this little fun slip and slide we got here extend to the other side of this place, and hopefully that gives us a convenient way to get around here, but not just a convenient way to get around here, a convenient way to get around here that actually looks kind of good and has a lot more variety than just being, you know, stone walls and wooden supports. I think we can add a lot to this build by doing this. So let me go ahead and run this all the way down to the other side of the mine, and we'll see what we can manage here. But there was an ice block here, right? Oh, did it already melt? It already melted. Now, hopefully this ends up looking okay, because here's the thing. This water is going to be a pain to remove if it doesn't. I didn't really think about this too much or flesh out this idea. I just thought it might look kind of cool based on that little section I did. And I probably should have put a little bit more thought into it than that, because this place is super flooded now. We'll fix the flowing water in a little bit if we decide we want to keep it. But we're not going to be swimming like this either. We're not going to be swimming like this either, because I want to put half slabs here, like waterlogged half slabs, that we actually swim on to keep us above the water. Let me think about it for a second. Let me think about it. While I'm thinking about that, let's go ahead and make our way over here, and I'll show you some stuff I've been doing between episodes. One of those things is getting item frames in here. And you see we had to stop right here. We actually got them pretty much the whole way around this storage room to label our chests, but we had to stop right here because I ran out of leather, which means we are going to have to fish for more leather, because that's how I get my leather, through fishing. I do not hurt cows. So it's probably going to take a little bit of time for us to get the remaining leather we need, but while we're waiting for that, let me just go back over here and take a look at this little area right here, and yeah, I feel a little bit more confident seeing it again, and we got this nice little slip and slide effect right here. That's going to enable us to travel pretty well through this area. And also the looks of it, yeah, I feel much more confident knowing that it's going to look more like this and not be so flooded along the sides. It was bothering me as we got further and further away from it, but I think this is going to work for us. So since we know what the main corridor is going to look like, let's go ahead and work inside one of these modules right here and see if we can flesh this out a little bit better and get a good idea how we want the inside of each of these modules to look. Now, I want to carry this whole flooded thing through here, and we're going to waterlog stairs and stuff like that to give it a more like kind of rocky, uneven, like, you know, underground appearance. You know, I don't want everything to be perfectly smooth and perfectly flat. That's not fun. This is a little bit more fun. It requires a lot more work, a lot more, you know, detail work and stuff like that, but we made it pretty easy on ourselves by pre-waterlogging the area, so we don't have to worry about like taking our bucket and waterlogging everything individually. I don't think I want those to connect there though. Let's go ahead and try this and see if we can bring it out a little bit further maybe, and then we'll do something like that. And I think something like this could possibly work. Yeah, I like that. I've roughed it up a little bit, and now we got this like rocky appearance that we can kind of just like walk on, and I think that's really cool. That's going to work for us. Now, since we do have all this water settled down here now, what we can also do is go ahead and add some moss. So I think that's going to be really good. we can take out these full blocks that are around this pumpkin right here, and we can go ahead and add our moss in here like this. And that's going to enable us to have even more color down here. Again, I'm just trying to get away from the gray of the rock and the brown of the supports. And adding this blue water, this green moss down here is definitely going to liven this place up a bit. So that first area coming into here, yeah, this is really coming together now. It's looking a lot better. So let's go ahead and start working on our walls here. And what I'm thinking we could maybe do is something like this, to where we have it kind of going in towards that dispenser, and we kind of round off the shape a little bit. And I'm not sure if this is going to be the best way to do it though, or if we want to recess that top back a little bit so it's not in line with that shaved log, you know? Perhaps, I don't know. Let's try it this way, and then we'll try it the other way and see what we think of it. I don't know. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling it. Let's go ahead and take it out and try it the other way that I was thinking. So we'll go ahead and we'll take these. See, live building. As soon as I start like actually trying to think up stuff to do live, I can no longer actually think. That's just kind of the way it works. But we can go ahead and throw some blocks in here, and we'll try to maintain like a rocky appearance and not have everything uniform, not have it perfect, because that's boring. We don't want uniform. We don't want perfect. We want something that's kind of a little, you know, a little bit crazy, a little bit like, you know, you don't really know what's going on at first glance. Like there's a lot of stuff going on over here, but I think that definitely helps because it gives it this rocky, natural appearance. We can also maybe throw a stair in up here, and, you know, just, it doesn't really matter. It just, you know, matters that it's not flat. It's not boring. That's the main thing here. And I think that's going to look kind of cool if we do the same thing over here. So with the walls on both sides of this module in, it's looking a little bit gray to me. So what I'm thinking we do is go ahead and add some spruce supports in here, this lighter brown support to kind of tone down the gray and hopefully add a little bit more detail, a little bit more variety into this. And we can also go ahead and throw in another mossy wall because I took down mine that were in here. So yeah, I think this is definitely looking a lot better, especially from right here. I do like the way this is coming along. We do have a little bit more wall to do in the back. However, this is going to be fairly simple. I just want to put some stairs up in here to hide the redstone, hide the hoppers and stuff in the back. And I think this is pretty much all we're going to need to do for here. Yeah. Now, after haphazardly throwing blocks at the ceiling, I think we have this module pretty much complete, and I am liking the way that this is looking, and this is something that we can carry forward. I'm kind of being pulled back into this module. He's like, do me next, do me next. I want to be pretty too. You will have to wait your turn. We're not doing any more modules right now. I just want to get an idea of what each section is going to look like before we move on to something else, and we'll do like, you know, the full thing at once, but right now we're just getting the ideas of each individual area. So the next area I want to actually work on is going to be our bulk storage area, or at least the center of it. So I've got these modules closest to the center pretty much completed, and I'll just walk around here just so I can show you. What I really wanted to get in was a border to this area, and we're going to be carrying forward the same theme pretty much as we did in our multi-item sorting area. You guys will have to excuse a lag. I put items in the system to be stored, not thinking that I was going to be recording, so let's just ignore it. This is the center of our bulk storage area. Like this stone slab right here is the very center of the bulk storage area. So I want to have something cool here, and I think this actually does line up with the center of our elevator, doesn't it? So maybe what we could do first off is make this a new entrance, a new elevator entrance to our storage area. Instead of coming around the side here, we could just pop out the front. I think that would be cool, and maybe we can have kind of a platform or something out here. Probably a wooden platform, otherwise everything's gonna look too rocky on the ground. The wood will tie it in pretty well. Let me go grab some stuff and we'll see if we can make that work. So what I'm envisioning here is kind of a circular platform, and I'm seeing it like 3 blocks out from the center here. So a 7-block diameter platform. That's not right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you guys need to go right there. You guys need to go away. And we'll just continue this around here and make like a very simple circle. It's kind of more like a rounded square than a circle, but you know, that is Minecraft for you. I think that's going to work for us right there. Okay. Thank goodness for feather falling. Wow. Let's not do that again. But I have the logs in here in place right now, so we can go ahead and start building out this platform, being careful not to take a step backwards, and we can just go ahead and start getting this all the way around. Now, the question I have is, would it look better like this on the full block level where we can put our fence posts over it? Like, what I mean is, like, you know, we can actually stick fence posts on top of this like this to kind of, you know, give our little border around here. The other option, which looking at that, I'm actually not feeling that too much. The other option is running it on the half slab level above the supports. And that also allows us to hide the supports. And it also ensures that, you know, we don't have to put lighting in here for this place to be non-spawnable because it's going to be on the half slab level anyway. So, I mean, that is the other option. And I am already liking this a little bit better, I think. Just having it raised a little bit more. Let me go ahead and get some more of this in, and we'll see how that looks compared to what it would have looked like the other way that I decided just to kind of abandon. I love the fact that we can now waterlog blocks. This is my new favorite thing because it makes building in water so much easier, and it makes me want to add water to even more of our builds because I think this looks super cool. Let's go ahead and see what this is going to look like with our fence posts around here in the water surrounding it. I think that works. I like that. I like that. I can go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and finish getting all the missing blocks in place. But yeah, I think this is going to work for us. And lastly, to complete our platform, we just need to add some stairs in here to increase its functionality. So that way, when we swim up to it like this, we can just continue on our merry way and never break our stride, going straight across or going to the side, because we did that to all three sides here. And I think that's actually looking pretty good. I'm really happy with the way this platform turned out. We also, I don't know if you can see it, added some waterlogged blocks underneath it just to kind of maintain appearances, keep that stony look going on, because no matter where you look at this from, you want it to look good, right? You want to see the details. Now, the next thing I want to work on is the ceiling here. And what I'm thinking we do is we kind of mimic the circular pattern of the floor, the platform right here, into the ceiling. I just want to stay centered right here. And I'm going to go ahead and start tracing out this same 7 diameter circle on the ceiling. Because I want the ceiling to kind of, in this area at least, since this is the center of our storage system, I want the ceiling to be a little bit more fancy here than, you know, all the other surrounding areas. Because this is the central point, you know? So let me go ahead and kind of get this traced out, and we will figure out what we're actually going to do here. Those are not even close to the right place. You guys need to go over here. So the first thing I want to do for our ceiling is start outlining our circle in these stairs, because that's going to allow us to get a little bit of elevation going on here. And what I'm looking to have is kind of like a really short dome. And when I say short, like I mean short, like maybe 1 or 2 blocks up, because we are very close to the surface, as I recall. Like, you know, this is right directly underneath our mining area. So if we go up too high, there's a chance that we could end up having to replace blocks up there, whether it be path blocks, gravel, whatever that floor is made of. Okay. So at least 1 block, we're good. We're good on 1 block. I'm going to do this the long way, the very slow way, because I don't want to use a shovel to get this area out, because that I'm 100% sure that would completely destroy the mining grounds up there. So if we go 1 more block up, I think we're going to be good. Okay, so we have 2 blocks to play with here. I'm not going to go for a 3rd one. I think this is going to be good. So let me continue to dig this out with my torch. There it goes. Yep. Confirmed. 2 blocks is about as high as we can go. I am going to have to replace that. All right, so we're back to sketching with slime blocks, and you can see I've kind of done another outline of where I want to kind of put stuff. So let's go ahead and hop back up here, and we'll start putting in some blocks. So what I want to do is kind of bring this up a little bit, but that's also going to kind of ruin that. Let me go ahead and put some lighting in here, so that way I don't think anything can really spawn in these areas. They're going to be like 1 wide and 1 tall, but you know what? Just in case, we're going to go ahead and make sure that this is lit up, because it's just a matter of going like this real quick. But yeah, what I want to do is do another outline of our stairs going up again into this center section. And what we're going to do is we'll be replacing... Go away. You're not supposed to be like that. I need to get you in like this, and then your other guy in like that, so that way you can get joined. And yeah, but basically, like what we're going to do here is just have the stairs going up like this. They're going to be stepping up into our slime blocks, and we're going to replace the slime blocks with something that look a little bit nicer So I'm thinking maybe glass, but if we do glass, we got to figure out what we want to back the glass with. So that's going to require a bit of thought because we don't want to use wood or a stone because that's going to blend in a little bit too well. I think something with a little bit of color right here would actually be kind of nice. So I've had an idea, something that will go with the blues and greens we got on the floor here, and that idea would be Prismarine. So we're going to go ahead and do Prismarine along the sides here, and we're going to go ahead and put glass over the top of that, and we'll see how that looks, because that should tone it down a little bit is what I'm thinking. I actually need to come up right here, because we need to get the roof of this done. So we'll go ahead and... yeah, let's go ahead and do this right here, and we'll get rid of the torches. We don't need the torches now because we're going to be filling this area in. And we can throw our blue glass in front of it like this to kind of tone it down, and we will go ahead and see how this looks. And, ooh, I like that. I like that. I think we're going to roll with it. So before we have a look at our Prismarine dome, I want to get some more of the roof put in. That way we can have a good view of the big picture, you know, so we're not looking at the same thing over and over again. So as far as these supports go, this corner support actually is going to be kind of difficult because we can't do like the little step up thing that we normally do with our supports, but what we can do is go ahead and maybe try to diagonally step it up and make it a bit wider. I mean, because it is a wider support anyway. It's like two logs instead of just one. So this could possibly work. I'm hoping if we do something like this, it might be a little bit awkward. But then again, it might not. That is awkward, the way that stair was placed. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll see if we can get another one in over top, and hopefully this works out for us, because once we get the supports in, from there, it's just a matter of throwing blocks at the ceiling, throwing stones and cobblestones and cracked stone brick up at the ceiling until, you know, we actually get the thing filled in. So I think that actually could potentially work for our corner supports. Give me my slime! With our corner supports being so wide, that could actually work to our benefit because we can add more details in here like this. We can throw in some strip logs and some fence posts, and now we got that bit of detail right there that really makes that pop a little bit more. Why are you missing? You need to don't be missing. There we go. I've gone ahead and thrown stone and cobblestone and all kinds of details at the ceiling. I think this place is actually looking pretty cool, even if it is a bit darker than the rest of the area surrounding it. And I think I actually do need to solve that, and we can solve that fairly simply, I think, by adding a light source up here. As I said, it doesn't matter that the ground is dark for mob spawning purposes, because it's half slab, so we don't have to worry about that. But a sea lantern up here should do the trick and make this area look a bit nicer. It actually doesn't do too much, but it definitely makes the ceiling look nicer, kind of. I wonder though if I don't really like that glass effect. Maybe if we were to seal it off like that, that looks better. Would it look better even if we got rid of that back block there though and just put it on that, like on the same level as the rest of the glass, is what I'm wondering now. So let's go ahead and see if we can just go ahead and attach this to the side of this block and have a little air gap. No. Why? All the wrong block placement. Okay, let's try this one more time and see if we can just attach that right there. Yeah, I like that. You guys want to see something kind of cool? I can duck my head down slightly and we get this awesome blue moody effect as we're swimming through the water. I think that's super neat. It's just ducking your head down a little bit. But as we approach the center section right here, you can see that I have added a bit of lighting in here. You can't see it because it's hidden, but now this area blends in much better with the surroundings and looks a lot better, I think. I missed a whole section of ceiling right here. Look at that. I have to be careful not to do that when we come through here and do our final builds through here. But for now, let's go ahead and make our way over to the entrance right here because I want to do some work on this entranceway right here. Because this just actually doesn't work for me the way it is. Because you have to go too far to actually get down here. Like, it's a long way to travel just to get down here. What I want is I want to have this entranceway accessible from the mine, but I want to be able to come in here and almost immediately make a left and get down into the mine. So what I'm thinking is we see if we can kind of round this off a little bit and just kind of, we'll have the mine go straight, but then we'll have this like offshoot right here that takes us directly into the storage system. just to give you guys a better idea of what I'm talking about, because I know I don't always say things as clearly as I should, we're going to have our mine right here, okay? And these supports are going to go along this way, and this will kind of give you a clearer idea of what I'm thinking here. So this support will meet up with this one, but you can see, like, you know, this way will lead us down into our storage system. This way will lead us down into our mine. And down here, things are going to start curving off to the right a little bit. So this support will meet with this one over here, and this one will meet with, I guess, that one, the same one. Actually, that doesn't make too much sense to me. Let's go ahead and throw another block in, maybe right here, and we'll have that meet with that one, perhaps. And then, yeah. Anyway, that's not important because this is our mining area. The mining area is not something we're going to be working on specifically today. What we want to work on is a storage system area. So we'll have this kind of go off this way and down here, and that's going to make for much more convenient access to this place. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting some of the supports built in, and we can kind of see how this is going to look. So we got our framing in here now, and I kind of changed things up slightly from the way things were. I moved some logs around to either A, make areas easier to traverse, or B, make them look a bit nicer. So, you know, this is much straighter going down here. I want better visibility, but going off to our storage system, I've actually narrowed this corridor down quite a bit because I wanted to kind of be 3 wide on average, like the rest of this mine, until you get down here where it's going to open up into the storage system. And I think that's going to be kind of cool. I also made it kind of wind a little bit, so you have to go out before you can go back in. And I think that's going to be really cool too, because the less perfect something is, the better, the more interesting it is, you know? So I guess now we're left with a choice. Do we want to continue working on this together, planning stuff out, trying to, you know, link everything up? Or since we know pretty much what it's going to look like, do we want to go ahead and start building everything? I am thinking the latter. I'm thinking we go ahead and put on a bit of music and let's get this thing done. Oh man, that was so much work, and I'm just double checking to make sure I haven't missed anything. There's so much detail work in the ceilings especially that's easy to miss spots, but I think we got pretty much everything here. I like that depth we got working with the different beams and stuff, the different levels of beams. We got that all that added depth to it. And I just want to make sure that we haven't missed any areas where these areas kind of join up like this. And I don't think we have. I've checked, I've double checked, and I think we're good. Is it raining? Thunderstorm, perhaps, possibly? Or just rain, regular rain. Okay. Anyway, you'll notice that this area is not complete. It kind of stops right here because this area is going to link up with our base. But in order to get this area kind of linked up with our base, we need to have our base built first. And once again, I am so sorry about the lag, guys. I need to stop storing stuff before I record a clip. But let's go ahead and move on this way. It should be all stored fairly soon. It was a while ago. But we can go ahead and do our slip and slide. We can even duck our head under and get this cool blue foggy effect as we're moving towards the center section. And everything is looking great. I am actually super happy with this. I think it was definitely worth the 5 episodes that we spent building this for the convenience of being able to automatically store stuff and also have a place that looks pretty cool underneath our city. Like, you know, I am psyched that, you know, we have this kind of area going on underneath our city. It looks good, and it's going to provide a way to get our items from anywhere in the city we need, because this area goes all the way out. Like the entrance over here will be for the farming and residential districts, which means, like, you know, whenever we build outside of the business district anywhere in the city, we should have easy access to our storage system, which is going to be very convenient, and it'll also be nice to look at. You know, it'll be fun to travel through here and actually grab stuff now rather than going to, like, you know, 20 different storage sheds and rummaging through chests. Over here we have our little overflow system, which is, you know, it's an overflow system. It's just, we have maintenance areas over here too. So these doors don't really lead to anywhere aside from the redstone. That's just for maintenance in case I need to get in there and do some work in case something breaks. But let's go ahead and make our way up towards the mine, and whoa, massive lag. Wow, that was a big one. Yeah, let's go ahead and close this door to our maintenance area. There's several of these doors all the way around just to have access. Plamanges, what are you doing up here? You need to come back down here where it's safe so you don't get your head stuck in a block. We will find a home for you. I actually don't need you down here anymore. We'll find a home for you. But yeah, let's go ahead and make our way up here into the storage, or not storage, the mining area. And you can see down there, it's very dark. I just want to have a look at it from out here. Why am I having to jump? I do not want to have to jump. Let's get some slabs down here so that way we can just walk around, because that is going to be much more convenient if we can just do that. Okay, that's better. So now you can see that the mine is very dark looking down here, which is the effect I wanted to achieve. The light fades away, it gets very dark. There's still a lot of work to be done down here because we have like lighting glitches and all that stuff going on. We will take care of that. And right down there, it's completely incomplete. But yeah, it's all half slabbed and stairs, so we don't have to worry about anything spawning in here. But the reason why I wanted it so dark is that door open? No. Okay. The reason why I wanted it so dark is because I want the light to illuminate your path down into the storage system, and I think that's really cool. So that'll kind of take you to where you need to be. But I do think that wraps things up for us today, and I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. If you like this video, please feel free to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a lot to me. And if you want to see more, please remember to subscribe. And as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.